Hello everyone, my name is Satyam Raha. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I'll be explaining the concept of decision tree classifier. Okay, so decision tree algorithm is can be used basically for classifying as well as for regression tasks. Okay, but in this video or in this series of videos, I'll be explaining the decision tree classifier. Okay, so I'll be using a very popular example, and you might have already come across that example. So I'll be using that to explain and to derive the entire decision tree step by step. Okay, so stay tuned. So let's first see the example. Okay, then I'll be explaining everything. It is better if you note this example down, because we'll be referring to this data set throughout the video. Okay, so this is a very popular data set where we have 4 features basically: outlook, temperature, humidity, and windy. And we have to predict whether to play tennis or not. So this is basically a data set of 14 rows. It is a very simple data set. And see, these 4 features: outlook, temperature, humidity, and windy, basically are the independent features, right? And the class variable here is the play tennis. So depending on the whether I should play tennis or not, this is our task, right? So we have 14 rows and we have 4 features and one target variable, which is a binary class, right? Yes or no. So here you can see we have 14 days of data, D1 to D14. For the example, when I'll be explaining, I'll use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 14, and so that you can assume I'll not be writing the D with the day number, right? So just to make it simple, so don't get confused. Wherever I'll be writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, so you will be understanding that it is nothing but the days, right? And here I will not be using the day as a feature because it is of no use, right? Because all the 14 days data have 14 different days, and so we have nothing to gain from that information, right? So we should have some pattern. So here you see, I think you have already copied this entire data set. So if not, do it. You can pause the video. So I'll just proceed. So you see, after we have applied the decision tree classifier, so the decision tree will look like this. Okay, the decision tree will look like this. So basically it is like if-else condition, if-else ladder in C programming, right? Or in Java, whatever programming language you have used or you have learned. So you already know what is a conditional statements, right? If, else, else if ladder. So it is kind of that. Also there is a concept of decision tree in algorithms. It is similar. So here you see what happens. So we have the 4 features. Now, given some say I have a prediction, I want to predict given certain weather, right? Let's say the current weather is sunny, hot means the temperature is hot, the outlook is sunny, humidity is high, and windy is true. Yes, it is windy, right? So if that is the case, whether I should play tennis or not, let's say this is what we want to predict. Now the decision tree classifier will output a decision tree like this. Okay, the one you are seeing here. So after we have got this decision tree, how will you use this decision tree in order to predict? Okay, so let's say first is the root node, which is outlook. Okay, I'll come to explaining everything how this decision tree is built, right? I'll build it step by step, the entire tree. I'll be explaining it. I'll be building it, don't worry about that. But right now just understand that we have the decision tree already built, and now how do we predict? That way it will be very clear, right? So we should always have the aim clear, right? Then only we can understand why we should do or how to proceed. So you see here, outlook, so we have sunny, right? So from the root node, we'll always be traversing from the root node. So first outlook. So what is the outlook in my query data? This is the query, right? This is the query. We have to predict something. So whether I should play tennis or not. So outlook is sunny. So I'll just come in this way. Okay, now after I have reached this node, what I should check? What is the humidity? So they are saying the humidity here is high, right? So I'll just go in this branch. So when humidity is high, I'm very sure that I should not play tennis. So the prediction is no for this particular data. Let's take another example. Let's say we have something called as overcast. Let's say, okay, let's say we have let's say mild temperature. Let's say the humidity is normal, for example, and windy is false, for example. Now they're saying, should we play tennis or not? So depending on the decision tree which we have built, what should be the answer? How do we predict? So first, it will check from the outlook. What is the outlook provided? It is overcast. So I'll come down this branch, overcast. So irrespective of what the temperature is, what the humidity is, what the windy status is, I will always say, yes, this is what my data set says. Okay, data set says that whenever the outlook is overcast, you do not need to care about any other feature. You right away play tennis. Okay, how can you see this insight from the data? Just look at this data set. Here we have overcast, here we have overcast, here we have overcast, here we have overcast, right? I think 4 overcasts, yes. So here just look at the prediction, play tennis. Just look at the prediction, play tennis. Okay, just look at this. All the 4 days where the outlook is overcast, no matter what the temperature is, what the humidity is, what the windy status is, we always play tennis. That's why the decision tree is also saying the same thing. It is irrespective of what the other feature says. Whenever the outlook is overcast, we'll simply predict that we should play tennis. Okay, in the same way, if say for example this is not sunny, this is say rainy, for example, let's say this is rainy, hot, high and true, then what should we predict? So I'll just come down this branch, rainy. Next I will check whether it is windy or not. Yes, this is windy, so I'll not play tennis, no. Okay, this is how you need to predict after you have created this decision tree. Okay, so I think till now this is clear how you are going to predict using a decision tree. But now the main question is how to build the decision tree, right? So let's look into it in a step-by-step way. Okay, I'll explain the concepts which are required in order to build the decision tree in different videos. Okay, so that the single video is not too long and too boring to watch, right? So the next video I'll be making I'll be explaining about entropy, a concept called entropy. In the next video I'll be explaining a concept called as information gain, and then we'll be building the tree using the 2 concepts. Okay, so see you in the next video. Thank you.